Yeah. In a pool of Meteora, watch me swim, swap a bed, I just keep it going. I'm kinda like I'm reading orders. Depth pool, got a fight in it full of high hopes. Look at my flow, DLM, man, keep it liquid, it's never not so. Hold up like, whoa, talking about slippers, bro, I don't even know that hoe. Easy in this pizza, they get fees, a little bacon, start the vault until the cheese is done. Fools are paying me like I don't even go to beaches, rather be here on the feet or something. Best believe it's decent, wavy man, I see secret chillin' in the deep end with it. Every week and weekend, see me, you can depend on it, cause I mean it. Coming up, you can even find a way to flood it up. You done enough, 10% stimulate and run it up. Point system looking like a fine where they won't miss a solid contribution. Could've pointed out enough. I met up with Matt, had a really good chat. He was telling me bet LP Army does laps. That orbit does this meteor's heading when no one's expecting and we watching it happen, hey. In a pool of Meteora, watch me swim, swap a bed, I just keep it going. I'm kinda like I'm reading orders. Depth pool, got a fight in it full of high hopes. Look at my flow, DLM, man, keep it liquid, it's never not so. Hold up like, whoa, talking about slippers, bro, I don't even know that hoe. Easy in this pizza, they get fees, a little bacon, start the vault until the cheese is done. Fools paying me like I don't even go to beaches, never be here on the beach.
Wait. Little morning jam.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. G-Met.
You met.
So what's the haps?
Did you party hard last night, Ben?
No. Wait, can people see us? I think they hear us, but I think they're showing the video.
Well, no. It's there's a delay on the X and the YouTube, but you're live. People
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
1 sec. Oh yeah, okay, we're live. Shit.
Yeah,
that's
we're
crazy.
live.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wait, so
technology.
I know. Trying all these new oh shit, it's streaming. It's so fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So we got 40. I see 42 people directly connected to the StreamYard. What about on X? I would imagine on X we probably see more, right?
How do we oh, okay, it's in the comment section to be able to talk to people. Oh shoot, let me oh, interesting. Okay. I have the Meteora icon. Interesting.
There's like 379 people watching on X.
Sick. It's crazy.
Yeah. Now, like, I mean, we could talk about how you can get comments from X into StreamYard. That requires a login, but we could talk about that
it's
later.
cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool for now. A lot of that shit's spam, really.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as there, let me check. As long as there is a link to go to the chat. Oh, there isn't. Yeah, if we can, if in the post where we're doing the streaming. Oh, I guess in the previous post there's a link. So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool if in the actually StreamYard live streaming post there's the link too, in case people want to see it. But maybe not. Maybe I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know.
I wonder, is there a way to connect the actual Twitter account? HMC.
There is. Again, I would have to have that login. Hello.
Hey,
Sorry.
great to see everyone.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost you guys. I was just saying, yeah, I would have to have that login to be able to do that.
Yeah, maybe we can set that up later, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. So how? Oh wait, hold on 1 second. So. Yeah, bro, like super quiet New Year's for me. So yeah, I don't know. I think it feels like it's a trend actually.
Just to have a chilled New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, just I've been pretty focused on my family and then actually like we've been my partner girlfriend like we just wanted to have like some kind of me time, you know,
Yeah.
after that. So but yeah, so nothing crazy. And then I was joking to someone earlier. I was like, oh, actually, I have a history of overly dramatic and crazy New Year's. So like I normally just take it chill. So I'm just chill all the way. Really, that's the way I like to take it. Yeah. So.
All right. Let's see if I can get into the StreamYard for my desktop here, back inside the house.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right on.
Yeah, maybe I should do my calls on a walk too. I need to take my dog off.
Yeah, do it, man. Let's see.
Love it. Exercise is good for you.
It totally is, man.
Every day.
Every day.
And like for me personally, as a regular gym goer, like gym rats, we dread the New Year, new you people who come in, and they're there for a month or whatever, and they leave, and they just crowd the gym for a while. And while that is on one hand annoying, on the other hand, man, like I love seeing people in there trying, especially like if they stick with it. And that's a smaller number of people who actually stay dedicated and stay in there and do it. I mean, every gym goer was that person at one time. But I keep encouraging me, and it's just like Meteora, you have people who show up and maybe they just showed up, they saw something about points and airdrops or whatever, and they showed up just for that. And then they maybe says, oh shit, I can actually earn real money here doing fees and things like that. And so, maybe they stick around. So it's like, it's to me, it's like the same thing. And I love it. Just, stick with it. Keep working out, making gains, fees and muscles.
Making gains. That's right. I mean, honestly, too, the cool thing about that is that, people are pretty, like the people who stick with it and really get something out of it. Like they're your people. They're awesome. Like it's really, it's cool to see. Like I think that's one of the nice things about where Meteor is compared to like say Jupiter. Like everyone can swap, everyone can swap. And it's nice. I mean, like eventually it'd be great. We'll get there in terms of our community, but like in this early phase, it's like really cool to just vibe with everyone who kind of sort of joined the LP army and is doing shit on the DLM. Yeah, sick.
For real.
Wait, what is this thing in the corner? What is it?
Oh man, that's some cool art from I don't know how you say his name now. He's one of our French guys. He does all the badass art, and it's just like.
Wait, how to get up there, dude? I don't know anything about StreamYard. What's going on? This is so cool.
Yeah, man, I'm just here clicking stuff. Like
what?
Let's add some cool stuff, man. We've got our overlay here that you can add, and we can do banners.
So insane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that. Little banners go across the bottom.
That's amazing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, our artwork is so sick, man. I love it to death. I fucking love it. What is that McDonald's? What the fuck? Like, shit, man.
Yeah, dude, makes some sick art, dude. He really does.
Bro, how do you get that? I want that.
Oh, well, I mean, I just asked him and he gave it to me. And so he
really with McDonald's fries?
Yeah, well, yeah, dude, he gave me a whole sack of stuff. Like
wow.
There's a little chill one, and that's probably Geek Lad right there. And
that's Geek Lad?
No. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we got all kinds of sick art, man. It's pretty cool, and he just keeps making it. all the P&L cards, the art for the P&L cards.
Yeah,
he makes all that now.
I fucking love those P&L cards.
Yeah,
I love those P&L cards.
Yeah, those. I mean, to me, that's one of the greatest advertisements for Meteora. Right there is just the P&L cards.
Yeah, they're so sick.
Yeah,
so fucking sick.
Absolutely,
so fucking sick.
Where do you set up the scrollers?
Under banners.
Under banners, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Created one. Happy.
Yeah, you can either do like.
Oh, I see. Scroll across the bottom.
A static or make it a ticker. Yeah.
There we go.
By the way, I'm just gonna address a few things that I see comments in the thing. So Yoda Pun from Jupiter Uplink is asking, is Meteor planning to do working groups? I think we'll have our own version of the working group. We have this going on right now with the Meteora lead, the LP Army leads, and you know, I don't know. We do things a little differently. But yeah, if anyone is interested in joining the LP Army, basically the thing is, the LP Army leads, which Geeklad and Heavy Metal is a part of. There's an LP Army treasury. Every lead gets a monthly a monthly sort of, I don't even know what to call it, like monthly funding to take on and be responsible or lead something in the LP Army. And so if anyone is interested in that, in participating in that, now usually we like to recruit out of the community, you know, not like people who've been longtime contributors. So Alex recently joined, and he's the one who's, you know, been a longtime contributor and builder in the community, and so like, but if you're interested, we can always find a way. And I think the thing is just, I mean, for me, it's like finding people, like finding something you really like doing that fits well with what we're trying to accomplish with LP Army, and then, you know, give it a go and then just support the fuck out of everyone. That's kind of like how I see it.
Right on. Welcome, Otto. He showed up.
Otto, LP Army scrub.
Yeah.
Nice title, Otto.
Just kick me around. Happy New Year, fellas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I've been lurking in the Discord.
Oh,
thanks
sick.
for posting the announcement.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Heavy Metal pushed it, man, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it!" Like, you know, new year, new thing, new platform. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't feel camera ready, by the way, so like not. I'm just more comfortable not being on camera.
That's all right. It's because you don't have a beard, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You guys. By the way, you guys are the face of the LP Army now. That's it. Everyone has a beard. We're all the bearded dudes. Like,
yeah.
Except for me. Or well, like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like bearded guys versus the PFPs or something. I don't know. Yeah. But maybe I'll
showed me a validated podcast from 23 with you on it, Ben.
Oh God. Yeah.
It was awesome. Most of the stuff that you were talking about came true.
Oh yeah? Well, yeah. Which ones in particular?
Just about long tail of market making. And you were on there with Marius. I think it was the Camino and Meteora one. And with Austin. It was mostly about the rebirth of DeFi and how Solana's going to play a big role in that. And nobody was talking about meme coins, of course, but it was pretty cool. The sort of big picture stuff definitely played out.
Yeah, fundamentals. I think that's like can't go wrong, man.
I think it was before the points program too, before Met points.
Jesus, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah, Yeah.
Was it?
Anyways,
Was it? Yeah, that was the only time.
Just skimmed it for a little bit.
Oh, thanks.
Took me
Yeah.
back. Took me back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was doing a hard push. I gotta go. I gotta get back out there. Actually, we gotta. Uh, I keep. As time has gone on, I keep like doing less of the video thing, podcasting, but I gotta go back out there soon.
We'll keep trying to drag you out.
Yeah, no, we got actually. I need to do it for Meme 3.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the AM Pro Colombian podcast, those guys want to have you on as well. We got to get that set up soon.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Actually, the Jupe has something that also they want to do, and then there's a Jupe podcast.
Yeah.
That
and you know what? I think the timing might be good because since we're gonna do Spanish boot camp this weekend, maybe like we could try to do it the following weekend or following week sometime. I'm traveling next week, but maybe we could try to do it next weekend.
Yeah, beard gang.
The weekend after this weekend coming up.
I'm so jealous. Anyway, yeah, let's do it. Look, I'm down. I'll do it anytime. I don't care. Like, I mean, now's a good time, to discuss these things. So Mike AF has a question about how different is Orca's CLMM versus DLMM. You guys want to go for it? Like, I feel like I'm always saying shit like this, but like, happy to.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, there are some similarities. One, I guess there's probably two big differences with DLMM, right? So DLMM has dynamic fees. So what dynamic fees are is when there's a lot of volatility in the market in that particular pair, then dynamic fees kick in, and the idea is that it's sort of a way to help compensate market makers when there's a lot of volatility. If the price starts to dump, then dynamic fees will kick in. So that'll help to generate more fees for market makers. It'll do the same thing if it pumps, right? So if the price pumps, right, doesn't matter what direction the volatility goes. If it pumps, same thing, dynamic fees might kick in. Or if it oscillates widely, right, it's going down, it's going up, it's moving a lot, so dynamic fees will kick in, and Orca doesn't have that. And then the other big difference is DLMM has the strategies, right? So Orca is basically the same as the DLMM spot strategy. So your liquidity is, when you open a position, your liquidity is equal across the entire range, right? So DLMM has they call them bins, and then I think in Orca they call them
ticks.
They call them ticks, right? So it's basically more or less the same thing. And so with Orca, your liquidity is spread evenly across all the ticks, across the entire range of liquidity that you're providing. And then with DLMM, the spot strategy is the same thing. Your liquidity is even across the entire range. But DLMM also has two other strategies. It has a curve strategy and a bid-ask strategy. And so in different situations, you might want to use different strategies. So if you're anticipating that there's going to be a big movement in the price, then you may want to use bid-ask, right? So what bid-ask does, it has less liquidity at the current price, and then the liquidity increases as the price moves further away from the current price. So if the price is moving down, I think I'm doing this right for you guys, price is moving down, then you're going to be providing more liquidity at a lower price. And then the price pumps, you're providing more liquidity as the price goes up. So that's the bid-ask strategy. And then there's also the curve strategy. Curve strategy is the opposite, right? So your liquidity is concentrated at the current price. So typically the curve strategy is good for stable pairs. So it could be like, stable pairs that are tied to fiat currency. So like USDT and USDC, because the price doesn't change a whole lot between those two assets. So you want to concentrate your liquidity at the current price. And then as the price diverges, then you're going to have less and less liquidity. But the majority of your fees are going to be generated where the volume is, which is going to be at the current price. And then it also works with LST pairs, right? So if you have Sol paired with Jupe Sol, or Sol paired with Jito Sol, etc., same kind of thing, right? The price doesn't change that much, right? They tend to trade around the same price, so you concentrate all your liquidity at the center. So that's kind of the two big differences between Orca CLMM and DLMM. Ben, anything else to add as far as differences between the two?
Zero slippage on the bins.
Yes, of course, zero slippage. So I guess we should talk a little bit about what we're going to do, like a mini boot camp here. Talk a little bit about what the difference is between slippage and price. What do they call it? The price impact. So it's really zero price impact, not zero slippage. So price impact is what happens is when you swap through a pool, like say you're swapping through a traditional pool where you have equal amounts of both assets. And so if you're selling the main asset, your base asset versus your quote token. So like say you're a USDC Sol pool. When you sell Sol, that's going to have price impact, because what happens is you're putting Sol into the pool, you're taking USDC out, and that's going to shift the price, and that's the price impact. So with DLMM, because your liquidity is in bins, if there's enough liquidity in the current bin, there's going to be zero price impact. So say Sol is trading at 190, and you're going to sell Sol into a DLMM pool that has a bin at the price of 190, and it's got, maybe it's got 1,000 Sol worth of liquidity in it, and you sell 10 Sol. So because there's 1,000 Sol in there, it's not going to change the price, and you're not going to have any price impact in the pool. So that's another great thing about DLMM. With Orca, that wouldn't be the case. With Orca, you could end up having price impact when you sell the token. So did I answer that okay, Ben? Anything? I'm probably
I just love the fact that instead of doing a screen share, you started doing arm gestures of like the BS curve. Like I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. That's it, man.
That's right. Yeah,
this is the new way to explain. This is the new way to explain the DLMM.
That's right. That's right.
Throwing gang signs.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe we should have we should have like it should be a new dance move. The DLM dance move. Bid ask curve.
Spot bid ask curve.
Oh my gosh.
Spot.
So good. So
curve.
Pizza and French fries. Oh my god.
Oh my god, so good, so good, so good. I love it.
If you're French fry when you should pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, that's right.
You get that in reference, but anyway. You know what? Speaking of little mini boot camp or boot camp, we get a little segue. You know that I'm gonna want to do this, so we might as well just go ahead and do it. So boot camp 10 is done and roles are assigned and all that groovy stuff. We're wrapping up announcing everybody's names in the boot camp channel, which is actually the last time we're going to announce everyone by name, because it's become we've grown so much, it's become unwieldy, and this is a good problem. We'll create a new temporary role to just tag all the new people, and do it in one shot. But this is a good thing that we're growing that much. So our boot camp day one, boot camp trainees, we added 2,986. Of course, we got botted, which again, that's how you're winning, right? With over 33,000 submissions, which I was able to get, I think, all the bots out. So 2,986 additions for a total of 6,392 bootcamp trainees. And 1,961 people actually on the Discord graduated. There was a few hundred more than that of people who took the course and graduated, and they're not on our Discord for whatever reason, bringing that total to 5,252. So boot camp is growing, and I know it's going to get even bigger for January. I don't have a date set yet. Working with some instructors, just nail down a date. And I'm talking about the regular English boot camp 11. Geek Lad, he mentioned Spanish boot camp this coming weekend, and I'll let him talk about that in a minute. But we've got other translations coming, French and so on and so forth. But it's just grow. That's what we're doing. We're exploding, and it's awesome. I love it. Having to make adjustments to deal with people trying to bot you or scam you. I mean, to me, that's a sign that we're killing it. We're winning. So, yeah. That's
right. It's freaking awesome. I attribute it to Otto coming out of retirement and teaching the boot camp. I think it's all him.
Yeah. That was fun, man.
Yeah,
I enjoyed going back, and I think you got the harder job, J2, though. I made it easy on me to come back.
Yeah, it was kind of cool flipping it around too. That was fun. I liked it. And
what do you make of the? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the nice thing about different instructors teaching different sections, everybody does something a little bit different every time, right? And I think everybody learns something different. And I think there's actually been quite a few folks that have attended multiple boot camps for that reason, right? Because they get to see somebody else try something different and teach some different stuff. So it's been great.
So it was about a 10% failure rate on the Discord IDs. That's kind of, what do you attribute that to? People just leaving?
No, I think it's people who never joined. Like, they saw it, maybe they took the course, whatever, and why they go to the trouble of doing all that and submitting and not join our Discord. I don't know the answer to that, because I mean,
they've got a handle. They're just not in the Meteora Discord.
Yeah.
Or it's like a different handle, or they put the wrong handle, or
yeah. I mean, we do get people who do stuff by mistake, or maybe like they had gotten blocked by their country or something. Who knows? Because I do get occasionally like, hey man, I was banned off the server because of whatever, blah blah blah. And I'll look them up, and they're legit, and we add them. But by and large, why someone would submit for a role if they're not on the server, I don't know. But whatever, they graduated, they got the knowledge. Hopefully they're using.
That's right. Hopefully printing some fees.
Yeah. So someone asking a question there in LP private, how do you get a higher role? We did explain that in boot camp, but to get the just LP Army role, there's not a singular answer to that. It's people who are active and helpful and provide some sort of meaningful contributions to Meteora. Whether that's developing community tools or guides or content and what have you. For context, 5,200 LP Army privates, there's 199 LP Army members. So it's like an honor bestowed upon you, recognized by the mods. So it's not a single thing. We just like, hey, this guy's been awesome. Or, a mod will say, hey, this guy, he made this. It's great. Blah, blah, blah. He's been around. He's been helpful. And then we bring you on for that. So that's kind of how that works.
It's unbottable.
Yeah. It's unbottable. That's right. So
Yeah, didn't mean to kill the vibe though. The growth has been tremendous. It's so awesome. Well done, man.
yeah, no, we're working hard on it, bro. And I appreciate everybody. You know, we work hard on this. See, you're trying to to sell us something there, Otto. What is that?
The LP Army has the liquid staking token, LP Soul.
Yeah, we're legit
So it's
now.
on for the new
Sick,
year.
man. Sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to talk a bit about that? I'd love to get it hear how it's what's going or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I been around for a while, so I kind of think this stuff is everyone knows about it. But basically, for folks that don't know, the way to secure a blockchain is by staking the native token of the chain. The problem with this is that when people lock up their soul, it tends to just sit there and not increase economic activity. And that's where liquid staking tokens came in, invented on Ethereum, obviously immediately ported to every blockchain that exists. And liquid staking tokens are a way to get liquidity for your staked soul. And if anyone doesn't know, there's an emission rate associated with every blockchain, and that's the amount of inflation that gets issued to pay people for staking and securing the blockchain with the validators. And LP Army has a validator. I'm the admin, and when you buy LP Soul or swap into LP Soul or stake it natively to the LP Army validator through your crypto wallet, it will go to helping secure Solana. And also it'll protect you from the inflation that comes from issuing tokens that are used to pay the validators to basically run the chain. So all that's cool stuff you're doing on chain, that all goes into these high performance servers in some data center somewhere that are all connected globally and permissionlessly. And that has a real economic cost. And that cost gets paid in SOL that gets issued through the chain. And that means that if you're just sitting on SOL all the time, you're being inflated away by or debased by about 5%. Well, the official rate's at 5% or 5.5%, but because not every SOL gets staked, that actually is up more closer to about 7%. So if you're market making or whatever, you've got kind of a 7% hurdle rate just to break even if you're not staking your idle SOL. And the reason it's exciting is because it's both a chance to promote Meteora by carrying a SOL that's got the Meteora icon and the LP Army icon kind of lore. But also if there's any cool rewards or anything that accrue to the validator, those will go to help funding the LP Army initiatives like growing Meteor's message of meme 3.3 and changing the meta from PvP to player pump player. So threw a bunch of jargon at you. I'll stop there and see if there's any sort of questions and places I can clarify.
I think I got the right contract address there. You got it memorized, right? You can verify that's the contract address there.
Yeah, well, because of base 56, is it, or base 58? There's no L's in the alphabet, so it has to start with a 1.
Right.
In case you're curious, capital R, capital MY.
I actually like the way
Z.
you stylized it too. Instead of AR, you put a capital R, and then of course that's easier to generate that
Exactly.
that
That was
vanity
why.
address. True. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
that one only took a couple hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. I'm really psyched about the LP Soul.
There's a question right here, Otto, that I think it needs to be addressed. Someone says, so is it legit Meteora's liquid soul? I'd appreciate you clarifying that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a meta of Meteora because it goes closer to the metal, closer to the chain itself. But it is not Meteora, the team. It's LP Army generated, so community generated. But the technology is built with the same foundational tools that Meteora uses. So um,
And you're
Meteora can't say anything to promote tokens because it's a platform, and in the US they'll get into some hot water when they start doing that if it's not well, they have to be I don't want to speak for Ben, but they have to be really careful about what they say about tokens and how they promote them.
right.
And so the LP Army took this one on and has committed to make any of the rewards go toward funding the LP Army. And you guys can connect the dots however you like based on that. Is that that's not very clear, but that's
Yeah,
about as clear
well,
as I can make it.
I think
Clearly opaque.
the main number one point is it's not an official Meteora token. It's a community token for the LP Army.
From the LP Army for the LP Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, like we are, I'm a LP Army lead, Geeks LP Army lead, Otto's LP Army mod. We are not on the official Meteora team. We are community members. It's a big difference.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, getting back to what Ben said about the LP Army, I like to be closer to the metal with technology and
Metal.
understand what's going on at the base level. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And this was like, this doesn't feel like work to me. This feels like something I could do to help the community and maybe give something back and also help promote Meteora. That is kind of fun and allows me to stay really close to the core software and core technology on Solana, which I also think is really cool and I like doing. So that's kind of my motivation. And as far as the underlying tech and getting rugged or whatever, this is generated through the Sanctum infinite liquidity infinite pool technology, and which has been audited and on which there is tens to hundreds of millions of dollars of value through the various LSTs that are also published through the Sanctum contracts. So I feel pretty good about promoting it to the LP Army and sort of backing it, putting my name on it. So and I've got my own money in it as well. So I'm eating my own dog food. And now there's a significant chunk of the LP Army treasury, the Sol-based, what we normally have in Sol to help market make, and to which people can apply for grants to market make. A significant fraction of that is now in LP Sol as well. So we're just getting started. We're growing it, and the more we can increase liquid staking tokens on Solana, the better. The more it'll grow the overall Solana economy. So it feels good to give back a bit there as well.
So you're running that validator in your bedroom?
I wish I had gigabit to my house, man. Do you in Florida?
Yeah, I got
Solana's intense, man.
I got gigabit.
It runs about 100 terabits, 150 terabits a month, up and down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's significant.
Yeah. It's
anyway, no, it's professionally co-located.
Okay.
But still permissionless. Like it's like I just hooked in.
Is it awesome. Is it running any of the new clients, or it's just running the Solana client? Like, is it running Fire Dancer?
It is not running Fire Dancer. I run a test net to help with that, with the devs, and run a test net, and it runs the Jitto Sol variant of the Solana on the onto Labs Agave validator. So Solana spun out the core client team to an entity called Anza. And then they renamed it and are continuing to build it out underneath the Agave name. And then there's Fire Dancer, which I'm definitely interested in, but that will require a separate server. And then there's another team called Paladin that is creating a priority port for the Agave, I'm sorry, I skipped a step. From Agave, there's Jitto, and Jitto runs a different validator that allows you to bundle, and Meteora takes advantage of that with the Jitto bundles. And they all, in order to get into a bundle, you need to tip Jitto, so there's some additional fees that come toward the validators for that. And then there's another group that built Paladin that creates a priority port. It's sort of a low connection count chunk of the inbound transactions that can pay Paladin to create a bundle, a Jitto bundle, and that is sort of an additional way to get fees toward validators. And over time, there might be a way to direct some of those fees directly to the stakers as well. But we got to be careful with that because it starts running into money transmitter law. But yeah, there's some pretty exciting things happening in the validator world. Fire Dancer's coming out, super exciting. The Anza team is just cracked and has a lot of just a really strong group of engineers that want to compete with Fire Dancer. So there's like the overall level of excellence of Solana is at the base kind of infrastructure level is just getting stronger and stronger, I think. And there may be some interesting, economics that come in around all that stuff. Not just your meme coins, but some more serious value creation.
I've toyed with the idea of building a beast machine and putting in my house and running a validator, but
do you have fiber?
I do have fiber, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
My main interest is to have quick, easy access to the blockchain data instead of having to, go through a separate RPC to query. I could just, query from a local machine. I don't think I'd actually run a full-fledged validator, like actually, doing votes and stuff, but just so I could have my own local RPC and access to data more directly. But I don't know. It's the system requirements are pretty beefy. Although it looks like the Fire Dancer's, a bit more efficient. I don't think the requirements are quite so high as it is for Agave, but I've kind of fooled with the idea, but I haven't haven't taken any action on it. We'd have to buy a pretty beefy machine to do it.
Yeah, they're about 10 grand, I think, for the ones that'll suffice these days.
Yeah.
And on Solana just keeps getting faster as the prices come down. So unfortunately, we're sort of staying at the bleeding edge in order to get that TPS up. But you should definitely. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool tech. The Fire Dancer guys do say that it's not an invitation to get underpowered hardware, just so you know.
Yeah.
But those guys are doing some really cool things, like really low level, like before the kernel type of engineering.
Are they doing it all on the CPU, or are they bringing GPUs into it as well?
So far CPUs, but who knows?
Yeah.
Would not be surprised if those guys have interesting plans for using GPUs.
Yeah, it seems like you could be pretty effective bringing GPUs into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to start waxing too much, but like it kind of reminds me a little bit of when Cisco was doing their roll-up strategy and like everything became a commodity hardware box. Like I would not be surprised if we sort of maxing out transmission mathematics, communication technology math, that like this stuff starts turning into hardware specific chips, ASICs, and like these validators start becoming boxes and there's just smart packets flying around the internet or something. But
Yeah.
that's a long way down the road.
Yeah. It'd be kind of interesting if ASICs do come into play. It's kind of coming back around full circle with with the Bitcoin validators going to ASICs. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, one of the things the Fire Dancer guys use are field programmable gate arrays. So they're basically building custom boxes,
Right.
or using programmable silicon to build this stuff in the most optimal way, which is crazy.
That's interesting.
And like it's a natural consequence if you think about how much money gets poured into high frequency trading.
Yep. That's interesting.
I love, Otto, how you put in lyrics from the Boot Camp March song in the description here. I love that. It makes me so happy.
Hey, so is it fair to say that the way to think about it, because it's like the I mean, for folks listening, it's like it's like the creator, the Sanctum kind of creator coins, where if you want to support the LP army, you can you're basically giving up the yield on the LST to the LP army, right?
No, you get to keep your yield.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So it'll help prevent you from losing it to inflation, and any sort of additional rewards beyond that maybe accrue to the validator will go towards the LP army.
Oh, I see. The Jito stuff.
Yeah, like that kind of like if there's an airdrop or something like that.
Hmm.
And then
there's all the restaking stuff, right? So
yeah, and then to the extent that it becomes easy, like there's a SIMD about distributing additional rewards to your stakers, and there's going to be a way to direct to funnel some of that stuff. So in future Solana releases, that will be a possibility.
Okay, cool. Just to answer, I think John Palm's question about Met and stuff. I mean, one thing to note is that any Met incentives have to be voted on by the DAO, really. So it's not a team written thing, and it's also one thing to it's also thing to be. So whatever people are interested in, actually, it's you can all, once there's a DAO, you can champion it. So but the this is also one reason why we're kind of separating out like Meteora and LP Army stuff, is that hey, LP Army stuff is very separate, right? Like there's not that, there shouldn't be an expectation of Matt or anything like for anything really, but everyone is welcome to like make a proposal and I mean and push something forward if they're really, if they want to rally and see, hey, this is such a great idea, we should do something. So and I think, I mean, there are risks too, right? Like isn't slashing being created eventually? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah. Yep.
So slashing will be moving forward, and then if you also do any of the restaking things to increase the yield, there's additional risk on that end.
Yeah, and I mean, if this takes off, we should probably create another channel in the Discord. But yeah, any of that stuff before implementing, we should at least talk about it with the LP Army.
Yeah. I mean, there's some really, really cool things here. Like I'd love to see this really like be like a one of the anchor, potentially an anchor for the LP army. So actually I'm still on this kick that like it'd be so cool if the LP army could LP its way to a massive treasury or find its own way to like do like to build stuff. That I think that's so sick. And maybe this is another anchor to like building up the LP army treasury, but anyway, we'll see. All this is very early, so
Yeah, totally. It does say something when people put money behind their sentiment, like when we talked about the points program a year ago. The reason we picked 1,000x multiplier for fees is because you can't really fake that, and like making fees is the thing that makes Meteor one of the things that makes Meteor special. And I also like that LP Soul kind of is in that area of like helping support the LP army with by putting some skin in the game. That's kind of cool.
Without a doubt. Any other questions from the community? Have you seen anything out there, Ben?
I am I don't know actually. I mean, there's always topics in mind, but like I kind of like other people to bring it up because I'm not like I guess we can share. I don't know if anyone wants to. I don't know. Should we talk more about the? Because I think I have to write a post on the relief sort of the relief fund for the fee printers thing. But because I'm not sure if everyone. I don't think we've locked down on everything, but
Yeah.
We do owe people like sort of an explanation on that.
Yeah, we've collected 400 something, I think, requests. Obviously we got to validate all that, so we need to make sure it's actually folks that actually held the token prior to the rug and all of that. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes going on there. I guess we're not really sure yet on the timing of when we'll have all that validation done and figure out exactly what we're going to do, but it's in the works.
But I think the key things to communicate is that like this is really a relief to help people affected by that, and not a refund, not a compensation,
Right.
not any. We have nothing to do with this thing. Really, part of this is that we want to welcome people who were who joined that community and didn't know about Meteora, right? To come join, here's an opportunity to come and join, Meteora, and then whatever questions or help you need, you can do that in a more trusted environment. And the other key point that we've kind of discussed was that like, to unlock this relief, like you have to go through boot camp, because again, part of this is also to help people get more educated on how to take advantage of the DLM, so they themselves aren't having to rely on others, or they don't have all the information, right? They don't know enough to know whether or not the people they trust are doing the right thing. So this is, I think those are like really the important points to highlight for that effort.
Yeah, for sure. I did. We had an interesting discussion during office hours. C2, aka Cryptic, was inquiring about how governance was going to work in the future, and although it's a little bit early to talk about governance, I did put a sort of mini proposal, and I wouldn't call it. It's not a fully fledged proposal, but I did put it out on the proposal site for folks to look at and discuss. But one thought, one idea I have is to actually have LPers participate in governance. Not only token holders, but the folks that are actively have open LP positions, and developing a mechanism for being able to use your liquidity position to actually participate in the DAO matters and DAO votes. I think it's an interesting approach. I think it'd be kind of novel. I don't know that any of the other dexes out there that have DAOs have that sort of mechanism. So I think it might be cool and interesting to do something like that. But I don't think anyone's commented on my proposal yet, so maybe people aren't keen on the idea. I don't know.
Ben, do you want to comment on this question here?
Which
One
one?
screen. The one on screen.
Oh, the LP Army event in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Team supports and who I should contact. Yeah, we don't have any policies or anything around that. Actually, honestly, this is the kind of thing that I would probably want to have an LP Army lead on it. So because there's someone who has to be responsible for these things, like, hey, like the event structure, is it effective? Like, what goes in on it, like what goes on in an event, like how does it attract people, what is the marketing, like there has to be someone that and who's following up, and what is the plan, like because I mean, I have no, this is the kind of thing, like, I have no ideas around. I mean, it could be anything really, right? And this is the this is the kind of thing, I mean, kind of like Juke Core Working Group. This is the kind of thing that really fits well with what the LP Army can do, right? But there needs to be someone who really wants to do it, for it to happen. So, like, and it's not just one event. It's like, all right, I do events for a living. It'd be like someone, ideally, I do events for a living. I have this great plan that I think can really, help grow Meteor's LP community in various countries by doing live in real life events, and I know how to, like, get that going, and I have the contacts and network and blah blah. Someone who like that would be, would be needed. Otherwise it's like, it's really hard to do like one-off things. Because, like, someone has to follow up and do stuff, but yeah. So ideally, like, the thing to do is to have someone who is who wants to take that on. But I'm always down for experiments. So, like, if someone wants to submit a proposal, and if everyone thinks that is a really compelling experiment to try, whether it's, and not just like not just like any event, but like, oh, I have this thing, like, maybe there's an opportunity, there's something interesting, there's something really compelling there, like, then, like, happy to try experiments, because that's the best way to find people and find ideas that work, right? So I don't know, that's how I think about it.
I would probably say, so Chief, like, for this, reach out to us on the Discord, maybe put in a ticket or something, and just give details of what this is, and we can discuss it further. See, because it may be something simple, or something outside what Ben's talking about. We don't have anybody for it. It just depends.
Yeah. I mean, if it's simple, maybe. I mean, look, actually, everyone in the LP Army lead is a part of the multi-sig, and if they, I'm just one vote too. Like if other people want to just say, hey, you know what, this is simple, let's do it. Like it's fine. It's fine with me, man. It's totally cool.
It depends on what it is. I mean, if we're just talking about promoting it, you know,
yeah,
we'll see what it is.
yeah, yeah. I tend to like. I guess I tend to like. I don't. I'm. This is my personal thing, but I'm like I'm not like I tend to try to go towards not one-off things, but things that are that have can have a life of its like, you know,
Keep
there's
going.
someone driving it, or there's a bigger strategy, or there's something that like there's a lot of synergy between what it is and what other people are doing that can just build towards something. So those are the things I think are always good to kind of invest in. But
The old flywheel.
yeah. But you know that's the things I care about. You know, so
Yeah.
like and
No, it
and
makes
I'm
sense
also
because those things can really snowball and take on a life of their own, you know. And then as a result, you kind of you end up with these people that really embrace it, take hold of it, take charge of it, and then you can let them run with it, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore, right?
Like
So,
boot camp.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. But like I mean I think it should be like everything. We should always just operate like that because that's how you just keep growing and growing and growing, right? Like there's
Yeah.
there's no other way. And there's no better way really. So you know um but yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my thing. But I do think it would be cool to do like have someone a lead around events if there's someone that's really good and could do it and wanted to do it. This is the kind of thing like I definitely am not the guy. You know.
Well, and Mario does some of that to an extent, but yeah, I agree.
So what else is there? All right, what are these? Oh, any
Oh,
utility for LPR mineral?
did we wrap up the free printers thing? Any final thoughts on that one before we move on?
I think we're good unless people have questions. I haven't seen any
Oh.
questions.
It seemed like a significant amount of damage happened from people like actually just giving that the lead over there funds, and like please don't do that in crypto. Like make sure you know who you're dealing with and that they are a fiduciary and have some sort of teeth associated with that there's some legal teeth associated with whatever you're giving. Or I don't want to start giving financial advice, but please be careful
Yeah.
in crypto. Don't just give people tokens and never give anyone your private keys.
For sure.
100%.
Someone asked any utility for the LP Army role, or is it just for fun? Well, so for one thing, you know, it shows you're part of a community here, but there are some channels that you'll get access to. Like we've got a new DLM Alpha channel, and there will possibly be a voice chat just for people who have at least earned the private role, and some other things like in certain places it'll allow you to post like links, pictures, that kind of thing. Is it giving you like an airdrop? No. You know, but the other thing that you could do with it is like, so you're trying to impress a date or whatever, you can tell her like, hey, I'm a member of the LP Army, and hopefully they swoon, and you've got them. And if they don't, then they're probably not the one.
You pull out your LP Army card, and then
Right,
they'll be totally impressed.
That's what my mom says. She's very proud of me.
Yeah.
So we're always looking for new things, but I would say don't expect necessarily a monetary reward for it. It's just kind of like, and it also, it's like it shows that you've accomplished something, And so it's like maybe this person knows what they're talking about, at least in the Discord. So that's what it
gives
is.
you that warm and fuzzy feeling right there.
Right. You feel
Right.
good inside.
That's right. It feels good inside.
It's like just right after you do 100 push-ups.
I think that's great. I love the answer, man. Let's fucking do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, I would love to hear your thoughts on Mira and the Siki-chan token that ended up funding rare diseases. Did you have any thoughts on that? I thought that was a really kind of interesting moment.
Yeah, I actually know Siki actually, so from a long time ago.
Wow.
But you know, not close, but you know, but we were both we're both early startup guys from the Valley, or I don't know, around the same time.
Yeah.
We were
I
doing
mean,
social
really
gaming.
incredibly painful and tragic moment, being a father. Like I can't imagine, but like
Yeah,
there's this sort of magical thing around funding that also happened.
yeah,
It's really hard to hold both things in my head at the same time because crypto is all fun and kind of games, but there's actual money and there's real tech, and all of us are kind of believers in that tech. And this was kind of a really, Disney moment almost. I don't know. I don't have the words for it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think yeah, I think it was a really beautiful thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some um I don't know, like I don't know. There's a few different ways you can take a look at it. I mean, there was also some kind of fallout too because he started experimenting with other meme coins, um, and he's not really in the scene. And I think he made a few kind of missteps. Um, you know,
Told him to drop. I've told him on Twitter that he should just drop it into a dynamic pool and just support the idea, but he obviously decided to just sell it all.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, he should have LP'd out. I don't know. Like, I guess like nuking the chart, man. I think he didn't realize like how bad it was to create. I mean, how much creating and spot selling and nuking things is really a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think a lot of people don't realize what sort of impact they're gonna have on the
yeah,
price when they dump hard.
I mean, the I think it's a beautiful story. I'm glad funds got directed into that research and can go to help Mira and and I like anything really good intentions you know uh, uh there's definitely opportunistic things that happened, and maybe even the originator was opportunistic, really. So I mean, that's meme coins, you know. I mean, maybe that's just part of the game of all meme coins, Um, so
Whatever
so
the meta is of the moment.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think actually I don't know, maybe there's a cool angle for for doing those kind of things, you know. I've been thinking about it a little bit because um, I don't know, it kind of fits sort of the things that like I don't know, we stand for a little bit. With Meme3 and everything is like trying to like, have a, PPP or positive sum effect in the meme coin world, so
Yeah.
um
I think if you do
yeah.
it right, it could be really great.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's been a lot of them out there where the creators have really given a lot of thought to protect the chart and take care of the token, right? I mean, the current meta is get your, you graduate and then dump it. And I think meme 3.3 is gonna help to change that. I hope it helps to change that. And I mean, that's kind of the goal, right? To change the meta and make it more about PPP instead of PvP. And we'll see how it goes.
Probably helped that he had like 25,000 followers when it dropped.
Yeah.
Too, right? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of instant distribution.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the people that do things like that, they don't, because they haven't been in the game. They don't know how it works. They don't realize that it could quickly turn against them when they dump it and kill the chart. Versus, like you're saying, auto, put it into a dynamic pool or put it into the LMM and provide liquidity that way and exit that way versus tanking the chart. I don't think a lot of those people that create those tokens, they don't know about any of that stuff. I think maybe that's the meta, or I don't know, maybe that's what we really need to try to go after, Ben, is, find these, and I think you're probably doing a lot of this behind the scenes because I know that you work with a lot of token creators, but really work with them and teach them how not to tank their charts, how to protect their token, how to make it a long-term thing versus something that's an overnight sensation and then everyone forgets about it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I was just really shocked that he didn't want to do something to reward the ecosystem that created that donation, basically. Like, it's like a no-brainer to just burn whatever percent and leave it locked in the dynamic pool and just leave it as liquidity. Like it would have been, and then you could potentially perpetually fund whatever cause you're doing, like it just seems really, I was surprised at the short-sightedness from someone who's technically proficient.
Yeah. It's unfortunate in a way.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing you have to be really careful about. So this is why I don't get involved. I mean, I don't know. People in crypto are very aware, and I try very hard not to be involved because too many people are like, "Oh, you're involved." Like, I look at this,
Yeah.
look at this chat here. People are like, "Oh, LP Army, LP Soul is the same thing as Med. It gets Med points and they make a lot of assumptions. That's not true, right? And you have to be very, very careful. Because then people will claim like, "Oh, but I did this because I thought of X," and so like it's really, really, yeah, you just have to be really careful. So, but I know, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think um, um, I know, I don't know. I know, it seems like it could be growing interest, from other charities to do something similar, take advantage of it, which could be a thing. Maybe it could be a thing. But it's just really, really tricky, like really, really tricky. Like, so
There's more things
yeah,
that can go wrong than can go right.
yeah, yeah. People, I mean, look, people want funding. They like the fast funding, but it's like also like, hey, that kind of means, I mean, the fundamentals here is that like, um, you don't have an entity, or I mean, look, if you treat it just as a meme coin going to zero, then everything's okay. But like, but that means some people are gonna get wrecked. It's gonna go to zero. People will bought the top and lose money. And so you just have to assume like you're just the money that you're losing, some portion of that is going to charity, so you're okay with that. So in that sense, if people can buy into that sort of expectation, you know, that like some will go to opportunists, some will go to like charity, then there could be something big here, could be really good. That is really good and a good direction, but like people have to know
Kiva
that.
for meme coins.
What?
Like a Kiva for meme coins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a really good, it could be a good thing. But I mean, it could, if you don't know how to navigate all these things, it's not, it's gonna be what happened to him. Like and people were like, "Hey, what the fuck?" Like you're a rugger, like
Yeah.
it's like it's just he's not a rugger. He just doesn't know what he's it's all new to him, right? And he's experimenting. So yeah. But it was cool. I do think the cool part was that it really, a lot of people came together for this and got, and good things came out of it. I think that to me is awesome. Like that's cool to see in meme coins. That's cool to see.
I'm gonna have to roll out. I got to
Okay.
gonna head down to see my folks. My daughter's gonna be going back to college this weekend, and they want to see her before she takes off. So, everybody have an awesome New Year, and we'll be doing Spanish boot camp this Saturday. I'll be doing it. Looking forward to it. It's not gonna be Spanish. It's gonna be Spanglish. So hopefully
Nice.
everybody's okay with that.
Sick.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun, and hopefully Photon Magic will have power, and will be able to help me out, and we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. There's high demand for it, so hopefully we'll get some Spanish LP Army privates out of it in a couple of weeks. So
where do you think the audience will be coming from?
So I know there's definitely interest from Colombia. I did that Colombian podcast. I've been on that a couple of times.
Yeah.
AM Pro. Maybe from Spain. I don't know. We'll see. I think there's probably going to be more interest from Latin America than Spain. Possibly even Latinos in the U.S. There's a big Latino market in the U.S. as well. So I think could be all over the U.S. too. It'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes. I guess the only thing is HMC. That's the kind of one of the downsides of using StreamYard, because with Zoom we knew where people were coming from, which is really nice to have. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, Otto. You know what I'll do at the beginning is ask people where they're coming in from.
Good call. Yeah,
we'll get a gauge for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like there's some Argentinians or something.
Yeah, Argentinians. Should be interesting. Yeah, I'd be kind of interested to see how many from the U.S. and where they originate from. If it's Venezuelans or Colombians or Cubans. That would be interesting to find out too. We'll see. All right.
That's so great.
All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll talk soon. I'm gonna take off. You guys keep hanging out. All right. We'll see you.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. There's some good questions here, by the way. Mythical Potato. Yes, if you want to please contact us via X. If you need help using Meteora to get liquid but not tank the chart. It's one of the most powerful use cases for the DLMM, and we can help you. So actually a lot of people can help you, but for sure, feel free to contact us if you want, and we can also I can also help you connect you with folks who can do that for you as well. That way you don't have to kind of try to trust strangers per se, Um, Yo T asks, how does Meteor earn money? We just recently turned on protocol fees. So just like any other decks, protocol fees are a percent of what fees LPs are earning, and so we just recently turned them on. The protocol fees on the DLM is 5%, right? That is much lower than what is charged by other dexes, which range from 13 to 16%. And so we're doing 5% on DLMM, and again, 5% of LP fees, not 5%, right? So if you're charging, 0.01%, we would get 5% of that. So which it could be very low, and yeah, and then our token launches generally we're doing 20% on those. So those are on the higher end because we built a lot of really cool tools like Alpha Vault, Meme 33, earning fees on lock liquidity. All these things we don't charge anything for. They're all free. There's no fees on them currently. And so the idea there is that we make money on the protocol fees for the pools to fund that and those things, and I don't know if that'll be true forever. It depends on how things turn out, but I hope the model works. Like we're still in early days, but if the model works, then we can continue offering those things for free, and that way people like you get a free staking feature like for your token, and you don't have to really pay any fees for that. I think that's fantastic. So but we'll see. So that's sort of generally the model there. What else is there? Anything else?
Now I'll bring this up. The dead community, DED, one of the original little sub communities of Meteora, and you can check out their channel. They have their own Discord now, and they're doing some exciting things now. So go check that out in our Discord, the Meteora Discord, the Dead Announcements channel. Check that out. There's some information there. Like they're doing some stuff. They even gave a small airdrop to some of the feed printers, people who were affected by that. So, there's that.
Wait, sorry, I lost some connection there. Say again for me.
Oh, I was just telling people about the dead community. Well, like they gave a small airdrop to people affected by the feed printers rug, and also they're doing some new exciting things in their community. They have their own Discord now. You can get links, all that in the Dead Announcements in the Meteora Discord. But yeah, they're doing stuff. Magica and Foxy are working hard on bringing the dead back to life, if you will.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it say dead? What the fuck? No.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is dead may never die, but
yeah. That's great, man. Yeah. Look, they're a great group. I'm glad to see all that stuff happen. And all those guys are from the community, and they also do other things, and so like, it's cool to see that. But they have, basically, they have half of the token supply now in that DAO, so there's a lot to play with. They can do a lot, so it's great. That's great to see how where they might take it. So
yep. They're
And
doing
it's such a
government,
fun.
yeah, and doing voting and all of that. So it's a true community. And by the way, our outro video music song today is a song that I wrote about the dead. So we'll get to hear that when we decide we're done here.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm dead. I mean dead. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Damn, I want to see a live jam. At some
Well,
point. That's
we'll
okay,
see.
man. It's okay. I don't want to put you. It's okay. It's totally good.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Soon, maybe.
I'm just so teased every time I see your background with all that gear.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I also got swords too. I could. Never
That's
mind.
right.
Yeah,
They all go together, man. It's all so funny.
they all
Sick.
go together. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sick. I don't
Good
even know
for
what that is. Oh, no way. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
That's so
See that?
sick.
He's on Scully right now. The dead and Goose together. Dead Goose.
The dead goose.
You're right.
Um dude, I would do an event. I would do an event with swords and goose. I don't know. Just I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I love the Goose Gang, by the way. They're amazing. I'm so appreciative of everyone there, man. It's so crazy. Um I would like to see more communities like Goose, really. Um so yeah, but hopefully we yeah, oh shit, someone put a comment like what was it? Like maybe we should do should there be like a physical boot camp? Like people are doing push-ups and shit too? Like oh my
Yeah,
god, dude.
we
That would
should.
be so sick.
We should.
That would be so sick. An LP Army boot camp? Oh my
Fuck me.
god.
Well,
Oh,
I'm down. I'm down to do it at Breakpoint.
yeah.
Uh,
That's it. Oh, by the way, there's Cat Istanbul. Does anyone want to go to Cat Istanbul in January?
I wish I could, but timing's not good for me.
Oh, okay. No worries then. Look at it. See, people are like, "Yep, I need to work out now." Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. Push
Oh
up
my
challenge. I think someone
Oh my
actually
god.
challenged Meow to one at Breakpoint and
Yeah?
lost.
And
Yeah,
lost? Holy shit.
Yeah, from my understanding, Meow is quite fit, and
Oh, that fucker is. Yeah, he's a fit.
yeah, he can
Yeah.
press. So
Yeah, he's big into this shit. He's really
yeah,
big.
I wonder
Actually, he's kind of always like I don't know. Anyway, like he's very yeah he is really big into this. Like,
I wonder what his bench press is though.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I need it, man. I've fallen off the wagon pretty hard, so
Yeah, man, get on it.
like,
Get on it.
I gotta get back on.
I'll see
Do
you
one,
Friday,
and I'll
bro.
do it with you. I'll do it with you. Do one, I'll do it with you.
I'll put you to work, man.
Yeah, put me to work, bro. Put me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I love. Put me to work.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, what do you think? Anything else we should talk about, or you guys want to call it?
I'm good. That was
You're good?
it's good timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to double down for the audience on what Ben said about launching or figuring out what to do with tokens. Like Ben is tireless with working with creators to think about and plan for the launch or distribution of tokens, and has been doing this for a long time and really understands a lot, all the players that you need to be thinking about. So just wanted to reemphasize that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Thank
Happy
you.
New
Thank
Year.
you for doing this one with us today. I'm sure someone is hungover. No, it's not me, but I'm sure someone is hungover. Okay, so
Yeah, not me.
Not me either.
I went to a silent disco last night.
Oh, sick. Sick.
Those are weird. Yeah, it's kind of fun though.
I did one of those too. It's fun. It's fun to do.
It's not the club vibe. It's
Oh.
so different. Yeah.
I did one that was like, it was outdoors. It was part of an outdoors thing, and then everyone had neon things, and there were 3 DJs doing 3 different kinds of music, and your headphones could switch between the 3. And it would
Sweet.
change color too. So each DJ
Yeah.
had their own color. So like you knew who was listening to what. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But-
that's how the headphones worked at this one too, but it was playlists. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. If people have other ideas on how to do sustainably, I can't drink or party anymore. I'm gonna break. So like if you guys have ideas for sustainable thing, maybe we'll do some events. Maybe we'll do some events. Actually, as a tease, I have been trying to get, like that the intro video you did, the artist that created that music for us is, I think, like, I've been trying to have him do a concert, but like I think back in the day he wasn't into doing anything live, but I think he's more comfortable now, maybe. So if you guys have a cool idea, we could do an LP Army thing, maybe.
And there's Moonwalk, but that seems a little too passive for the army.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, true. Moonwalk. Yeah. The app, right? Moonwalk, the app.
Yeah, and it's crypto native. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about actually moonwalking.
No, Moonwalk Fitness.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah. They're trying to do sort of friendly pressure to get out and walk and exercise.
Yeah. Sick.
I'll pressure you. I'll come to your house and put you in a headlock if you don't.
Jesus. I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how we roll, man. Full on aggression.
Yes. Be aggressive.
That's it.
There we go.
Fuck.
Get hopped up on about 600 milligrams of caffeine and a bit of alanine. And get on it. Get it done.
Yeah, I'm back on keto, so I just had two fucking
Oh, nice.
whatever bulletproof coffee things. So
Fucking A. Hell yeah.
all right, guys. I think we can call it then. This has been great. You guys are fun. We should do more.
Right on.
Thanks for pushing to do this. I like being able to chill for a bit. Hang.
Hell yeah, man.
It's been pretty.
It's gonna be a good year, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this year's gonna be fantastic. Fantastic, guys. We've got some big Meme 33 things happening. So, Meme 33 the platform, not the token, or both. I don't know. Whatever. So look out for it. Look out for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, what about the token? Oh, whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah.
We're trying to close this off. Yeah.
Closing out, and I'm not.
Yep.
The last thing I'm gonna do is talk
Closing
token.
Yep. Totally agree. Totally agree. Sorry.
All right. No worries. All right, guys.
I'm
Love you
gonna
all,
end it.
man.
Here comes the dead song.
Oh fuck yeah, let's do it.
Mercury explorer, fire in his eyes. Under the ice, he flies the prize. Jupiter and beyond. The dead token is our bond. Forge ahead in the great rules, using the dead as our tools. For this we are bred to be the army of the dead. Forever it shall be said, I am dead, I am dead, I am dead. Create new images of power that echo till the final hour. We are the dead here and now, forever dead, this we avow. From the pieces the janitor shatters, the dead army is all that matters. This we are bred to be the army of the dead. Forever it shall be said, I am dead, I am dead, I am dead, I am dead. For this we are bred